All right, welcome back to my channel. In the last video, I dropped the battery pack on this Fiat 500e, and if you don't know about this car, I bought it. It had a dead battery. The high voltage pack is just dead. And so in order to bring it back to life, or try to bring it back to life, I've had to drop it down out of the bottom of the car, and I open it up. So this is what it looks like. There's 18 modules in this pack, and I'm kind of going to see, I'm putting chargers, battery chargers on them, different types. I got like a scooter charger, 24 volt, 1.5 amp. I also tried like a normal car battery charger, like a 12 volt, higher amp, 2 to 10 amp charger. I also tried this like a 1 amp, 12 volt trickle charger. That one seemed to work really well. And now what I eventually decided was just to get a benchtop power supply. And I want to thank, gosh, what are the names? I think it was DIY Car Guy or something like that, and someone else. There was like 2 or 3 people that put really helpful comments in the comment section of the last video, and so that's kind of guided me as to what to do next. Some people said, even if you were to be able to bring this pack back, it's too risky to, put it back in the car and use it as a car battery. Other people have said, if you can get the voltage up, get the pack in the car, then you can let the car's battery management system kind of take care of the battery. Of course, there is risks with doing this. Even just buying this car, there's a big risk of nothing working. And that's kind of the fun in it. That's why I do these things, is because you never know what you're going to find. You might fix it, you might not fix it. But I'm just going to continue to play today with the different chargers, this DC, this benchtop power supply. And the beauty with that is that I can vary the voltage from 0 to 30 volts, and I think from 0 to 10 amps or something like that. So I might be able to find a good combination that, the battery is happy with, and that it's actually taking voltage. So we'll just try some stuff and see what happens. The other thing is, some people have been commenting on the 996 project. I'm gonna walk around the back, because that car has been put on hold for now, mainly because I bought that other 996, the gas one, the Porsche. Here we go. It's been retired to the back of the garage here. And so it's kind of just been on pause for two or three reasons. One, I'd kind of hit a pause point because I have not found any batteries for this car still. And I'm reluctant to go and buy like brand new LG Chem cells, for example, or something like that, because the cost it's high. It's like $12,000. And I've kind of like saved some money for this project, but also some other things have changed in my life where I actually need to be spending money on something else right now. So I was also thinking that by taking the Fiat apart, there might be parts in that I could possibly use for this car, and that might still be an option. In my mind, the way this car would go would be that after I got the motor mounted, I thought I would kind of like get the batteries, build a battery box, mount the battery box, and then from there kind of hook up the rest. So because I haven't been able to source batteries yet, this has just kind of been on pause. So for those of you following along on this project, you may be doing your own 996 or something else similar. And if that's the case, you'll probably leap ahead of me in terms of progress. So let me know, because maybe I'll probably be learning from you. It is on pause. I'm not giving up on it. Still my dream project. I mean, this thing is someday when it's done, it'll be a track ripper. Less than 3,000 pounds is the goal. So I guess my ask would be, is if you have a source for batteries, or you have something that's slightly used or something like that you think that might work for this project, please let me know. I'm looking for between ideally 30 and 35 kilowatt hour battery pack, just because I want to keep it light. So that's the update on the electric Porsche project. All right, well, maybe you can see I got 6 volts going in to start. And my current, it looks like there's either you can do constant voltage or constant current, and it's set on constant voltage right now. This is the cell, or the module, we've been playing with the most, and it doesn't seem to be doing good. I checked its voltage and it was like zero, pretty much zero when I came in today. All right, so I'm charging this middle module now with the power supply, and you can see from the numbers, I have a target of 8.5 volts right now, and as it's doing that, as it's coming up in voltage, wattage is dropping, which makes sense. It's delivering less and less current. But on this first brick, when I do that, it's like it's fighting it. Something's wrong with it. Like at a target voltage, the amps keep going up and up and up, and the wattage keeps climbing. What's cool about this power supply is you can see, it's telling you the power it's putting in, which is great, and it's telling you the current. So, we can bring the voltage up slowly and not overwhelm the battery with too much current or, too much power, however you want to think about it. All right, so I just switched back to this first module, and what we're seeing here is steady readings, 0.16 volts. I'm going to try and increase the voltage. All right, so far it's responding well. It's doing what it's supposed to. I'm just starting slow. I'm just trying to keep my watts under 50, and I'm bringing the voltage up slowly. So you can see the voltage is that top number right here, and something's happening there. I don't want my wattage to go up. That means something's wrong. It's like if my wattage is increasing, then there's too much internal resistance in the battery or something. It's fighting it. So you can see here now, I dropped it back down, so now the wattage is decreasing. Let's see if I can go to 6. That's good. Let's see if I can go to 7. No, let's go down. So you can see there, if I turn it up too much too quick, it's like the wattage starts to go up. It's like it's not taking that current or that wattage quick enough. And so it's like it's getting backed up, and so the power climbs to try and push the current in or something, which is not what I want. I don't want this thing fighting. I don't want this thing to get hot, and I don't want the battery to get hot or get damaged any more than it is. It looks like it's going up. So this module's, something's not right with it. I'm gonna just ignore this one and start on another one. Start on a fresh one. All right, so after pulling charge off both of these, this one's at 1.8 volts and dropping fast. This one's at 10.7 volts and not really dropping that fast. So again, I think that first module's dead. All right, so I've been sitting here for like an hour with this power supply, and now I'm charging this third one here. And what I've learned is that you can only put in, so much current. You can basically only put in so much power at once. It seems like 100 watts is like a good maximum power to put voltage back in this battery. And this power supply has been really nice because you can kind of see exactly what's going on. In this battery, it got to about 8 volts, and then the power started climbing. And so that makes me think that like internally something's not right with that battery. It has too much internal resistance, or something's not right with it. But this battery and this battery have been fine. The other thing is, this is like, it's not warm at all, but it's not cold. If I feel these other cells, they're definitely cold. So it's warming up a little, but I wouldn't even call this lukewarm. It's just, it's barely warmer than the other one. So I'm not too worried about this thing getting too hot at this point. I mean, we're putting in less than 100 watts. So I think that they're okay. I think that I would like to look at other chargers, because with this one I got to kind of sit here, and I probably should sit here with all of them, but it just takes a while. It'd probably take about an hour per module to get this whole pack up, unless I can think of something smarter, or I just buy multiple chargers. But at this point, my thought is that probably the entire pack is fine, except we killed this one when we are trying different chargers. I think that a combination of it being too cold the night we were charging it, and also I think that the charger we put on it was dumping way too much current, and so I think we probably broke this one. I did a quick look on eBay, and a replacement module was like 450 bucks, so that's expensive. But if it meant saving the pack and maybe getting the car running, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I know that some people have said it's just too risky to use this pack, and that might be the case, but you know, if this whole car burned down, as long as it wasn't in this garage, and, you know, it didn't hurt anyone, I'd be okay with that. It would suck to lose a Fiat, but I think it's worth trying to see if we can, you know, get this battery pack back up and running and get a usable car. Because right now it's not. It's junk, basically, if we can't get this pack working anyways. Unless someone wants to put an LS in this Fiat or something like that. All right, so as for now, we're making good progress. It's just taking a long time to do each pack. And the other thing is, the more I stare at this thing, the more it doesn't look as crazy as it did when we first pulled the cover off. So far things are looking good. We're at 18.5 volts. If I were to hit 20 volts, I would call it good. If I could get all of these modules to about 20 volts, I would say it's good. I'd put it back in the car and try and charge it. Not sure. I might. This one is just not good. I'm not sure if I would try it with the dead module. It's probably not safe, but I might just plug it in and see if it would charge, or if I should buy that replacement. Should just buy that replacement and put it in. But we're learning. This benchtop power supply has been really helpful in kind of like telling the story, because you can see when it wants to pull a lot of current or power and when it takes the power easily. So yeah, learning as we go here. I'll probably just wrap this video up. I know it's kind of a shorter one, but I know there's been a lot of comments on this, and so I just want to update people with what I'm learning, and maybe I can get some more helpful tips, because the tips in the last video are super helpful. So thank you. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.